Welcome back to Beyond the Buzz. I'm BJ Southwell, and this is Season 4, Throne of Shadow and Light, Episode 1, Lucifer's Dominion. Et introibo ad altare Dei. I will go unto the altar of God. When last we journeyed together, we witnessed the tumult at Salem's End, a modest American township besieged by Lucifer's legion of demons. Faith wavered, despair nearly triumphed, yet in the final moments, human courage sparked heaven's intervention. Lucifer withdrew, leaving Salem's End battered but not conquered. But that was just a prelude, a rehearsal of horrors. Lucifer warned us he would return, and now he sets his gaze upon a far grander stage, Vatican City. If Salem's End was an unknown frontier of faith, the Vatican is its capital, known worldwide as the spiritual heart of Catholicism. 2 millennia of prayers have layered these stones with sanctity, or so we believe. If Lucifer can make faith buckle here, what hope remains for the rest of the world? This begins a new 10-part journey titled Throne of Shadow and Light. Our opening chapter, Lucifer's Dominion, draws back the curtain on a subtle, insidious assault at the very core of global belief. We must tread carefully, listen closely, and remember, even the holiest ground can crack beneath the weight of doubt. Morning in Vatican City. The first sunlight filters through colonnades, illuminating mosaics and statues that have stood watch over centuries. The atmosphere should be peaceful, almost timeless. Pilgrims gather in St. Peter's Square, some weeping with joy at their long journey's end, others snapping photos to share with family across the seas. Cardinals prepare for a scheduled address from the Pope, and priests fuss over small details of the day's rituals. Cameras from global news outlets are poised. The world waits to hear words of comfort and continuity from these ancient halls. Beyond the city's walls, entire continents will see what unfolds here. Yet beneath this serenity, subtle dissonances arise. A young Swiss god named Luca, usually confident, feels uneasy for no reason. He stands at his post, armor gleaming, heart drumming. He can't name it, just a chill in the mild Roman air. Nearby, Mariella, a pilgrim clutching her grandmother's old rosary, senses something off in the crowd's hush. She traveled half a world for a blessing. Now, tears of uncertainty well in her eyes without obvious cause. In a side chapel, candle flames sputter oddly, though no draft stirs. A faint metallic tang lingers in the air, as if someone struck an invisible anvil. Father Angelo Rossi, a Vatican archivist known for his steady faith, tries to recite the divine office, whispering, Deus in adjutorium meum intender. O God, come to my assistance. Today the words catch in his throat, leaving a bitter taste like old coins. His phone buzzes with a message from a number long dead. His sister's. The text reads, Brother, did you know Lucifer was first to hear God's voice? He stares at the screen, heart thudding. She passed away years ago, so who mocks him now? We recall Lucifer's origin, once the brightest angel, the morning star, who stood beside the Almighty at creation's dawn. Quomodo sesidisti de caelo, Lucifer qui mane oriabaris. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, who didst rise in the morning? The prophet Isaiah mourned this fall centuries past, and now that lament echoes through these very halls. Lucifer rebelled, envious of God's love for fragile humanity. Cast down, he gathered a legion of fallen angels, now demons, Belial, Azazel, Abaddon, Leviathan, Asmodeus, Mammon, each gnawing at human virtues. Salem's End saw their silhouettes. Here, among priceless relics in ancient scripture, they come in full force, poised to strike deeper at global faith. Cardinal Benetto, an old scholar of lost texts, discovers something unsettling in the Codex Vaticanus vault. The vault was sealed, climate-controlled, and undisturbed, yet this morning a page lies open, describing Lucifer's fall. Who opened it if no one entered? Benetto feels dread coil in his stomach. The news of Salim's end reached him months ago. He dismissed it as distant tragedy, never imagining those horrors might cross the ocean and infiltrate these sanctified corridors. Now, in the Vatican Library, a visiting scholar appears, his Latin flawless, his scriptural knowledge unparalleled. He quotes from Revelation, voice low and precise. Et data est illi potestas super omnem tribum, and power was given him over all tribes. The air thickens at these words, as if reality itself bristles at their utterance. Could this scholar be Lucifer himself, or one of his favored minions? Heaven's armies watch from afar. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel remain poised but still. The Almighty will not force salvation. Faith must bloom by choice. If the crowd falters, if cardinals and pilgrims doubt, the angels cannot descend. Lucifer knows this law well and exploits it. He weaves scripture into subtle distortions, laying seeds of confusion that root in tired minds. As the sun climbs, Beelzebub's corruption spreads silently. Holy water in fonts darkens like old ink. Cardinal Benetto, performing a morning blessing, notices black droplets rippling outward. Those sprinkled see unsettling visions, statues shifting in their periphery, Mary's carved face streaked as if crying blood. Another priest tries to chant, Asperges me, Domine Hyssopo. Thou shalt sprinkle me with hyssop, O Lord. But he stutters, unnerved by flickers of impossible movement in the niches overhead. Leviathan slithers through the College of Cardinals' morning meeting. Tiny resentments, decades-old rivalries over liturgical nuances now ignite into fierce arguments. Voices rise, furniture trembles. They recite Sicut erat in principio, as it was in the beginning, ironically summoning primordial chaos rather than divine order. Asmodeus seeps into confessionals, twisting devotion into fevered longing. A young nun recounts dreams where Christ steps from the crucifix to whisper secrets in her ear. Her Ave Maria echoes with a strange, sensual note that turns Father Angelo's stomach. He recalls his sister's final hours before she died. She too spoke of divine figures whispering in dark dreams. Is this a cruel echo engineered by Asmodeus? Mammon's influence taints the Vatican Bank. Gold crosses feel hot to the touch. Donation boxes whisper their totals as if alive. The idea of using sacred funds for desperate measures sneaks into cardinals' minds as greed intersects with fear. Comfort replaced by yearning for material security, a hollow consolation. All the while, the visiting scholar moves through halls. Cloven hoof impressions fleetingly appear on marble. His shadow hints at wings not of feathered grace, but of primordial fire. Each encounter leaves mortals more uncertain. Why doesn't God intervene? Why do relics fail to banish these illusions? Then, with a sound like distant thunder, no, more subtle, like bones snapping underfoot, the first seal of revelation breaks. Pestilence rides forth on a white horse, drawing power from Beelzebub's corrupted waters. In the Vatican's medical center, patients develop strange stigmata, weeping black ichor. Blessings, once a solace, now seem vectors of infection. Fear spreads. Pilgrims back away from priests, unsure what is safe. The second seal yields war on a red horse. Leviathan's discord sets old theological disputes ablaze. Outside, even the roses in the Vatican gardens bristle with unnatural thorns, arranged as if for battle. The faithful find themselves snarling at each other over petty differences, words turning as sharp as daggers. The third seal splits. Famine rides a black horse, forging Mammon's greed into spiritual hunger. No relic, No prayer, no Eucharist seems to fill the aching void. Pilgrims press around shrines, yet leave emptier, more desperate. Something vital slips through their fingers like sand. The fourth seal breaks soundlessly. Death, pale and implacable, steps into the shadows. In reflective surfaces, windows, polished floors, mortals glimpse their own corpses, a horrifying suggestion that faith's downfall foretells their spiritual demise. Lucifer, no longer just a scholar, but revealed bit by bit as the morning star twisted into darkness, stands in St. Peter's Square. Pilgrims gasp, some faint, as his silhouette flickers between human guise and something older. He cites scripture again, mocking old exorcism formulas carved in obelisks. Ecce crucem Domini fugit parts ad Versailles. Behold the cross of the Lord, flee ye hostile powers. Instead, hostile powers converge, fueled by human doubt. Father Angelo checks his phone one last time, a final message from his sister's dead number. It reads, "The truth was never about his fall, brother. It was about what he discovered on his way down." His hands shake, tears in his eyes. He tries to remember that God must be present somehow. Beneath St. Peter's Square, ancient spiritual locks begin to fail. Lucifer's words hint that the Church's ages of ritual and devotion were not merely worship, but maintenance, maintaining seals older than Christendom itself. Now these seals fracture, as if centuries of prayers were plaster on a deeper crack. The demons feast on confusion, horror, and despair. God watches, unforceful. The Almighty will not thunder commands. Michael and the angels remain poised, swords lowered, waiting for any mortal who still dares to believe. But as Lucifer's dominion grows, that dare becomes more costly. This is Lucifer's dominion. We have seen Lucifer slip into the Vatican's heart, twisting scripture into a weapon of doubt. The horsemen hover at edges of perception, each seal broken to unleash new torments. Faith's epicenter trembles. If it collapses here, the ripples might engulf the globe. Will anyone rise to meet this challenge? Will a single whispered prayer or a single choice of love break Lucifer's hold? As the ground quakes beneath marble floors and ancient scriptures rewrite themselves, we must continue forward. You have been listening to Beyond the Buzz. I'm BJ Southwell. This was episode 1, Lucifer's Dominion. The drama now unfolds at Faith's nerve center, and darkness creeps through its corridors. Join us next time for The Seeds of Doubt, where we delve deeper into Vatican secrets and watch as Lucifer's influence tightens its grip. Keep your spirit vigilant. No matter how faint your faith, it might yet summon salvation.